Tell us about your learnings. Tell us about the key knowledge aspects that you've picked up from 300 episodes of Audiogyan. What are your top three learnings from Audiogyan?
I think I'll try and recollect maybe, let's see, 2, 3 moments. So one which I vividly remember is when I was having a chat with Neelkanth, the professor from SET. He said knowledge is so explosive that you can't contain it in a library. I think that's a tweet or quote over the line, but that's very powerful, especially when you know about Neelkanth. I think that really gives you a perspective of what knowledge is, right? Yeah. Obviously, the legendary B.V. Doshi, who's no more now, but I had the fortune of interviewing him for 20 minutes.
Yes.
The Pritzker Award winner. And like he said that, and in my conversation, it was one of my favorite episodes. He said that in design or in art or in any of creative endeavors, you don't have to really make something big. You make a small thing and just have a lot of care and love while doing it, and it does the job. For example, he said that when I was designing the low-cost indoor housing, I imagined that the family is going to come and stay here, but what are the kids or what are the couples, 3 generations or 2 generations, what are they going to do? In fact, the woman of the house, if she's like a homemaker, she's sitting down and she's chatting with the next person. So I will give her a small plinth where she can sit and talk. So it's a subtle thing, but it adds so much value. So that moment was quite memorable for me. This is one of my favorite. Again, I generally, when I go philosophical, I had this question for a very long time, which I keep using, but I finally found an answer long time ago with Varun Grover. So I asked Varun Grover, should art depict society or should society learn from art? Right? So art will happen in its own space. And then like there are plays and theater and like cinema and whatever, painting and poetry. Yeah. And those are at a higher pedestal and then people learn from it, right? Yeah. Should that be the process or should art be just a matter of fact what's happening in the world? Right? To which he gave a very interesting answer. He said that I have a problem with the word should. So he dismissed the entire question. Right. And he said, like, what is should? Like, there's nothing should, right? It's a give and take. Yeah. And that's about it. So that was an penny drop moment.
That was a learning, last better question.
And one last thing which I remember is Anupama Hoskare. Anupama Hoskare is a puppeteer. And I asked her that a lot of puppetry stories which happen in India, or for that matter, where India takes stories abroad, it's typically Ramayana and Mahabharata. What's the deal with it? Do we have new stories to tell in puppetry? And she said, Kedar, frankly, if you take a cross section of India, vertically from Ayodhya to Kanyakumari, it's Ramayana. Right. And from horizontally Gujarat to, which is kind of Krishna's birthplace, Dwarka to Mathura and like Mathura to that side, it's all Mahabharata. Right. So you cut India in vertical and horizontally and you see Ramayana and Mahabharata ingrained. So that was again a very, very...
Wow, that's powerful. I haven't heard this episode.
Yeah.
That's a great way to think about it. Very interesting.
Can I add one more? Because this most recent...
Fun, like amazing. Yeah.
Most recent episode I did with Ayaz Basrai, and he's one great thinker. What is that one thing that you want others to have? And he said, long time ago in the human civilization, especially in Southeast Asia, there were certain tribes in which there was one person who used to just think of 7 generations. What's going to happen after 7 generations? So you want people of that caliber, right, or people of that mentality and thought process, and doing just that, like sitting and thinking 7 generations next, what's going to happen, and they are the guides or the architects.
Intergenerational episode. Oh, I love that episode.